Hello, this is State Representative Robin Vos. We're trying something out brand new today. We're going to actually have a video update on a regular basis. We have been very successful in our office at trying to reach out to constituents and make sure that everybody feels like they can let me know their thoughts, and hopefully I can let you know where I'm coming from. And that's the purpose of doing this video update. Today the topic is going to be what's really been on everyone's minds all across the state for really not just the past 6 weeks, but the past 6 months. Ever since collective bargaining changes were launched early in the spring as a way to reform Wisconsin's budget process, we have seen those who are opposed to the changes talk about constant recalls and the ability to hold people accountable. While I definitely think we should be held accountable for our votes, the process that's been utilized, I think, has been destructive to our state. It's pitted neighbor against neighbor, and instead of having the opportunity for us to see the full impact of whether or not the changes were good for Wisconsin or bad for Wisconsin, they became a political topic almost immediately, and that's bad for democracy. So one of the ideas that we put forward is a constitutional amendment which is going to change the way that recalls happen. It won't mean that they're done any differently than what you saw in the past, but hopefully they'll be a whole lot more rare. You'll still have to get the same number of signatures. You'll still have to go through the same process asking your friends and neighbors to sign a recall petition. But the difference is you'll have to actually state a reason. Wisconsin's one of only a few states around the country where you cannot have any reason whatsoever and recall legislators for any purpose. I just think that's bad for democracy. All across the state, we have seen negative campaigns for the past 6 weeks. Very rarely, if ever, did I see the Democrats who are running for office say why they wanted to move Wisconsin in a direction. They only talked about the past. Unfortunately, the recalled senators on the Republican side could only talk about their records because it was so much negative publicity that they had to defend themselves. Every election should not just be about the past, it should be about the future. Recalls are something that should be used incredibly rarely, but only because someone's committed a crime in office, or they've committed a misdemeanor, or perhaps they've been charged. But the idea of saying that someone, every time they cast a vote, will have to look over their shoulders wondering if a single disgruntled constituent is going to launch a recall campaign really is bad for democracy. When I met with the Journal-Sentinel editorial board, I made the case that the last thing Wisconsin needs is a perpetual campaign cycle, and that's what we're going to see if recalls do not change. We had several recalls in the past decade, and now we've had another 9. Some people have said it won't happen again, but I want to make sure that we change the Constitution so that it can't happen again. If a legislator commits a crime in office, they deserve to be thrown out of office. If they commit malfeasance in their trusted position, they should go. But every time they make a tough choice, they should not be punished until we're able to judge their entire record over their entire term, not their entire record over a single vote. So hopefully we'll be able to generate bipartisan support. I am optimistic that recalls, once we get beyond the few that have happened, are something that we can actually work together to reform so that we can hold our elected officials accountable, but only do it in a way that actually means they still do their job without worrying only about the political consequences. This has been the first edition of our video update, and I certainly hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to hearing your reactions either through Facebook or Twitter. I am always curious to know what my constituents think, so please let me know those thoughts. If not, I'll hope to see you at the next time I get to do another video update.